So hey guys, hope you're doing good. Here is Deepak again in Livestream, and with me is Dave from One Man Life Mission, and we are doing for the first time live stream together. So yeah, Dave, introduce
Yeah, and
yourself.
I'm live on my channel too. And most of you guys should know Deepak. He's been around for almost 15 years. So most of you guys on my channel should know who Deepak is already. Um, so we decided to have a little bit of a chat for the first time.
Yeah. So yeah, we know each other since like COVID time. I remember we have some exchange in COVID time, but it never finalized. We able to
Mm,
like to we were like busy. You were busy with your stuff. I was busy with my stuff, and now we're never able to finalize. We always have in between like phone conversation, maybe two times a year or something like that. One time in a year, and then we finally decide, okay, let's do some live stream, a
mm,
peaceful live stream, game knowledge,
mm. To
something like that.
some OG discussions about game. We've,
Yeah.
uh, you know, I think maybe we could start with what it's like gaming in our regions, because I'm over here in Asia. I'm from Australia. You're over in Europe. And do you want to start with your area? Tell people what it's like over there. It's summer now.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm just checking it here. Okay. So yeah, I mean, uh, I can talk about myself so that people understand because it's live stream on the both side. So I am like one of the oldest guy. Like I mean, they are still like older than me. They are still like doing game, RSD guys, Owen Cook, but they changed their brand. So but you can say like second generation. If they are the first generation, I'm the second generation in that sense. So
Mm,
I'm doing games since 2013. um, Sorry, teaching since 2013. And first we started in German language. Me and my old friend from the old days, we started in German language, and then we started, okay, English. In English market we are getting better response, and the German society was still not open to how this Indian guy will teach us, like, because it is very homogenous, like German guys. So
mm,
I was better, like I came better in this international audience. So then I started to, by 2000, end of 2013, started like English also. And then since then I'm doing like German and English both, but English is I basically market. So this is like, as a dating coach, I'm working since that time. And the game, what I do is, what I teach is day game. I have seen like a lot of dating coaches, they say something else, but how they get results are very different. So like some guys are getting, some dating coaches will get results. I will not use any dating coach name here. They get results through a different process. Maybe it's a social circle, maybe some kind of high status money involved, maybe like some are like anything. So what I do is, how I get my girls in real time, oh sorry, in my real life, the same thing what I teach to my students. So I get my results through day game, and this is what I teach. And this is the skill I also teach to my students. And day game is also like, what I teach is very technical, requires some skills, but it is teachable. You can learn it, and gets you like the best result in this time in
mm,
2026, because AI is coming. If you see the AI, people can make really good pictures, high status
mm,
pictures in Instagram and everything. So what is happening these days now, everybody has the power, but when everybody has the power, then there is no power, because that it is available to everyone. So in future, when everybody is capable of making like really good pictures and all, and then it will be so this online thing will be so saturated, then the real time connection, real time game is going to work really really good if you have skills, social skills. That's what you teach also, Dave. And these things gonna work really really good. You can understand with this thing, uh, like AI is replacing a lot of coders, programmers, you know. So, and a lot of guys are having issues because a lot of coding jobs, programmer jobs, IT jobs are, you know, like getting reduced. They're not too much. So still in future, what's gonna work is when you have some kind of we can say quality where you can have this human to human interaction, maybe sales representative, maybe communicating with the client. So, and the cold approach is the same thing. It is human to human interaction, and that's going to survive later also. AI is not going to replace you know a physical girl. It's not going to be that advanced, at least in
Mm.
100 years. So that's why you need to go out and talk to the girl, and that's where you require the skills. So that's the
100%.
what I
Yeah.
want to say.
Yeah. Even recently, these AI photos, I was with a girl literally, it was like 2, 3 days ago. I was like, can you show me your Tinder? And she went through her Tinder and she's like, AI, 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 AI. I'm like, oh, okay. She knows, and she knows faster than I do. I'm like, oh, is that AI? Are you sure that's AI? So the AI arms race has now saturated the market. That the only thing really left is cold approach. Really, cold approach. That's the only thing left.
Hmm.
Day game.
Yeah.
So over in Europe, has anything changed recently? Because you're going through summer at the moment. Is there any new updates on? Are people still going to Poland, or are there some new locations?
I mean, change in which sense you are saying,
Mm, I don't
like you
know.
mean like
Like,
lot. I mean, in Europe is, I mean, like the best time is definitely like the summertime, and definitely, um, you know, especially in Poland, like a lot of guys come, to game because the quality is good, but the game is changed in a way that. Because of social media, the girls, just a minute, the girls are also having more options than you. That's why you require more game. So I am doing games since, I mean, since 2010 actually, and coach since 2013. So I have seen it everything. So there was a time when these typical London day gamers used to go in these second world countries. I mean, Poland is almost now first world, but in the old
yeah,
days, it was seen as like second worlds. So they were going to these countries, and I am from England, and this British gentleman, and all these things. They used to say these things, and you know. I'm from the first world, and the girls get, oh my god, like, who is this guy? So they got like really good reaction. So um, that time is gone. That time is over, and some guys still try to do that type of game. This London style, and like trying to play the card of this. I'm from UK. I'm from USA, and you know, date me because I am from California or I
mm,
am from London. So these things are not working there, that much compared to 10 years ago. So that is something now you require like real game to get really good results. You require real game to get really good results, and that is definitely like possible. So that is something I will say change. uh, in this thing, but the quality of girls are still like fine here. Especially, I mean, I was in Warsaw is really good. Prague is good. Prague is really good. I did boot camp in this year. I did boot camp in Germany a lot of cities in Germany, and I will say like Munich is really amazing. I was like shocked to see to the girls, the receptiveness in Munich. Um, in Europe, there is some in Europe, West European cities. There are some issues of we say immigration like is from this
Oh yeah,
immigration from specific group, from the specific demographic,
yeah.
Middle Eastern. So what happens is when they sometimes they make the situation a bit slightly more, the girls are not really like what we say friendly because of that environment, because of their actions sometimes. So but still you can overcome with the good clothes, with the good way to approach. You can still overcome these things, you know that is something I have seen.
Are you doing any like boot camps in Prague? Like, if you're going to do a boot camp soon, where would be your best choice in Europe?
Yeah, that's interesting question. It depends actually. I am very highly technical, so I am. I'm. You can say like I'm a doctor when it comes to dating. So
Hmm.
if a guy coming to me to do the boot camp, so I will first look his from where he is,
Ah, yeah,
his
yeah,
race,
yeah, yeah. Of
his
course, yeah.
race.
Hmm.
And everything, and then I will decide, okay, this is the best place we can do the
Yeah.
game, because these are you cannot just ignore these things simple, like game is still like universal, but you still have to keep these factors in your mind to get the best result for the student. So for I
Hmm.
will say um, my best city would be my best city would be I will say I mean, for a white guy, all cities are fine, honestly. Yeah. So, but if you are an immigrant, then some specific cities are better than the other
Okay.
cities. You know.
Yeah, I see
So
where you're going here. Yeah, I
yeah,
see where you're
yeah,
going here.
yeah.
And let me just
So
expand on that a
let's
little
talk.
bit more.
Let's say about let's say like white guys. So well, let's because maybe you if it is
Hmm.
on your channel. So I will choose Poland, but off
Sure.
season, slightly off season. I will choose off season. I will not choose. I will not choose in August. It should be June, maximum end of June, starting July, mid end July, because then it will be oversaturated by this international PURs and dating coaches. August is, June is good time. May is also fine. Prague is really good place. Prague is good.
So
Um,
Prague, just excuse me. Prague is that Czech?
yes, 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 yes.
Czech,
Prague is
Czech.
Czech.
Okay. So
It was,
so
yeah, yeah.
so uh, would Prague, that city, be better than Warsaw, or would it be Krakow right now? What would be like the easiest with the highest quality and affordable cities in that area at the moment in 2026?
The interesting thing about Prague is like it has an insane amount of tourists. So if you are interested in SDLs, same day love, lay, then Prague is a good place. If you are living in the center area and then you want like quick action, then Prague is a good place. What happened was in 2015-16, it was burnt out. It was burnt. That place was burnt around 10 years ago. Lot of guys used to go, and the British guys popularize it. Prague and Belgrade actually, but now
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
nobody goes there. No, nobody goes there.
I
So, but
remember. I remember
you
that
remember?
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
So now it is clean. Now it is fine, and you can get like good results
mm,
there. But again, like you still need game. You still need game because the girls are aware of their SMV due to social media. So you just cannot go there in Prague and then you say I'm a British gentleman and I am like Australian gentleman. I am from USA.
mm.
You still need now game. You still need game, definitely.
What
Um,
what style would you use in Eastern Europe versus Western Europe? What would you change? Also, take into account the race as well.
I have seen I have trained like some lot of like this year also I've trained like a lot of European guys. I have seen the best style for 2026 and beyond is not going insanely direct and putting too much pressure on the girl, even if you are like white guy. And first of all, it is like when I'm going, it is either it is like East Bloc or West Bloc. The style is more or less the same. Yeah, so you can I teach guys. I can teach guys if the student is feeling confident, then let's do it direct. But sometimes what happens that direct is, you really need to be like, you know uh, your physical points should be very good. So what I do is I give them option like, you can do direct, but this is the do different style of game. You go indirect, you can ask questions indirectly, and then from there you start the conversation. And from like there you can always show your intent. So this is something what I am like teaching for myself also. I do it for my students, so it works universally in East Bloc as well as Central Bloc or as well as West Bloc. So I will say like East Bloc is I mean, you can say Poland is like a East Bloc, Prague is more like a Central Europe, Czech Republic, and then you have like Ukraine is also East Bloc, but Ukraine you cannot do game these
Yeah.
days. Russia is
Mm,
gaming Ukraine right now, so so we're not
yeah.
doing any game in Ukraine.
Unfortunately,
So
not
they are
yet.
busy in, yeah, nah,
Give it a
yeah.
few years,
So you
maybe.
don't need to. I mean, in Poland you have like a lot of Ukrainian girls, so that is more than enough. So
Okay.
that
So,
I will say, but it is also not. It is
mm,
not like indirect. It requires some skills. It is a very technical game. It is indirect approach, but it's very direct game. So approach
yeah.
is indirect, but we play very direct game actually.
Yeah. So you go. You have almost an indirect sort of verbals, but a very direct sort of vibe because you're moving it forward.
Oh no 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 no. This is
No.
no. It is like you, because if you are going, hey, how you're like, hey, I'm looking for Starbucks. Can you tell me? No, this is not like you go like neutral. Like you're reducing. You are not showing your intent in the start. You
Yeah.
just ask some question, some basic question. From there you start conversation, having an emotional engaging conversation, and then you start to show the intent slowly slowly slowly.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
works
Yeah.
really good for European guys. It works really good because this is very easy to do. These things are very easy to
Mm,
do compared to putting pressure on the girl as well as yourself, like let's go like direct, and putting pressure on
mm,
the girl as well as yourself. And why it is, you can just like find a different solution at the end. Is the success is to take the girl home, then just use a different method which is more efficient, putting less pressure on you as well as the girl, and make things happen more
yeah.
efficiently.
And you've been around for an unbelievable amount of time, and I don't think people recognize if you've been around for such a long time, you've basically seen everything. And
Yeah.
it sounds like you've, because I do remember it was a decade ago when everyone was wearing leather jackets and they had the leather boots on and the rings and the London day game model and Yad was running around. Um, so you've adjusted your your opening phase to increase your hook rate, which overall ends in more lays and dates. Is that
This is very
correct?
interesting. No, this is very interesting. So what happened was, I came like at that time when I started the game, there was no person like me who was like very successful, and
Mm,
so I was following RSD. And did you, since you talk about yards, so what happened was, we now we go to 2011. So when I was like RSD, 2010 2011, I was like doing a lot of RSD stuff. And then I was talking
mm,
to my my friend, business partner Freddie. Also, he's doing game from that time with me. So we were discussing, and then we said, like, this shit is not working, man. So then we started to
yeah.
watch like this LDM things. And we remember we yeah, we did, like, we would go very deeply with the art stuff. London day game thing. Now the issue was, I never thought about it. Like, I'm an Indian immigrant. Yeah. So I'm an Indian immigrant gaming in the West. And these are like British guys with British accent saying the things very smoothly with this melodic British accent. Dude, like, I was just doing the same thing. It just didn't. A lot of guys do the same mistake now also. They do, some immigrants do the same mistakes, these things also. And I was not able to figure it out, and it is just not working. It was just not working. And
Yeah.
there was some uh, a Asian German mix guy at that time. I was with friend, like, now he's a dating coach now in Japan, in Tokyo, actually.
Asian?
uh,
Asian as in
asian
Southeast Asia?
asian yeah, Asian and Japanese, and Japanese and German mix, like,
Ah, okay.
so now he's in Japan. He's also, I trained him in the last, like few years ago. I trained him. Now he's doing, like, he's a coach in Japan. So he said that, oh, I do this yard style also, and LDM style, but somehow it is not working for me. And then he said, like, there is a guy, his friend, there was a one friend of him, like Yannick, German guy, and he said, like, it works for him. And we were never able to figure it out, that why things are working for them, for one particular person, but the same thing we are doing, it is not working for us. So, after a lot of
Mm,
hit and trial and going very deep in game, lot of guys, for example, give up. They say, game don't work, I give up. you know I
well,
submit,
that's
it is not for me.
mm,
And so I never gave up, that okay, I have to make maybe something else to work for me. And then I came to figure out, okay, I have to some adjustment, invent some new things, discover new thing in the field, and able to figure out my style of game, which is like,
mm.
it's like for everyone it works. By 2013, I made it to work. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what everybody misses. Even the current crop of dating coaches that are basically children, uh, they miss the important point that they need to be adjusting things all the time based on their age, their race, the demographics, what country they're in. They have to, like, if you're Indian background in Europe, or you've got a Japanese background in Europe, or you're whatever, that matters, and you have to be constantly looking at your results and adjusting, and that comes with experience. Um, and so everybody watching this, you have to be looking at your specific results individually, depending on where you are, your age, your race, demographics, social economic status, your weight, etc. And they don't do that. And so, yeah, you could have easily fallen into the trap as well, but what you did was you persisted and then adjusted. And I don't think you get credit. I don't think you get enough credit for doing that, because it would be, it's it's not that it's really hard. It would be really different in a way. You'd have to adjust things. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, for example, I mean, I have like a lot of like beef in the past with these guys. Actually, when I came in the
Mm.
scene, it was very interesting. I was literally seeing the game, like, okay, okay, they are gamer, I am gamer, and let's like talk about skills. That's the thing. So when I came up with my proof, one of the, like, first guy actually who bring this concept of like same delay in Europe, like, when we say, I was the one who bring the concept of same day lay, lot of like instant dates. I mean, there were some guys doing at that time 2013 in USA, and then I got inspired from these OGs from the USA, and then I bring it. I was the first one. So what happened was, these guys, the, like, I will not use anyone name. So they got like, they were attacking me in a way that, this guy, cannot get laid. These are like, these girls are like low IQ girls. He cannot speak proper English. He's a low IQ Indian guy. He's not able to get result. He's like doing the scam and all this BS. And then now, for example, few years ago, I was thinking about, sorry, like, I never saw in this way, like, I never able to figure it out why they were like, attacking me so much, but they were not
Mm.
attacking each other. Like, there were like lot of competition going on with these guys also, but they were attacking me. And then it was like, the issue was that, you know the issue was like, it was not my skills. It was not my skills. It was that Indian guy is doing something in the West. You understand?
I
It
would
was,
say that would be an aspect of it for sure. Yeah.
yeah. So it
Mm.
was for example, if a German guy will be doing something like that, they wouldn't have that kind of problem issues. So it was
Mm.
more like an Indian guy. And actually, I never figured out when the beef was going. I never able to figure out why these guys are hitting me so much. I just want to
Mm.
have some, teach some guy game. I want to be recognized as dating coach. Why it is happening? But now when I saw, like, in the like maybe like few years ago, then I saw like, okay, these are the real, reasons behind it was going. Because I really want to discuss with them, or, like, having a debate or something, talking about game, the technical aspects of game. But it was, they were attacking in this way. So of course, like, these new age dating coaches, now these guys are gone. I'm still here, like,
Yeah.
teaching. And the new guys are also like, there are some guys, right now, the new age guys, they also have the same issue.
Well,
It's Deepak is the
well,
same, the guys are changed, but it's the same issue.
yeah. So longevity is the key, and evolving, and almost none of those guys are around anymore. You could go
Yeah,
down the
these are
list,
the, yeah,
and the new batch of
the
guys that have come in, they're basically using the exact same game that was invented 15 years ago.
um I will say, like, the 15 years, okay, they still had some game. Honestly, they still had some game. I
Mm.
do have some respect for these guys with whom I had beef in the past. But these are
Mm.
new age guys, because the thing was, in the old days, in the old days, there was no concept of like looks maxing that strong compared to now these days. you know,
Mm.
the fashion maxing.
Yeah.
I learned the game in a hard way, without fashion maxing, without looks maxing. So I dealt with a lot of resistance, and definitely like, and these guys were also not like very good looks maxer. With the time, the looks max things came in, and the so new age dating coaches, they are like young, highly looks maxed, and
Yeah.
we're talking about these wrist filled povs, the meta glasses. So these are like, of course they get some results, they get action, but they are like, the youthfulness is there, but when it comes to teaching guy real game, they don't have that skills. They can teach you some
Yeah.
basic level of stuff, be confident, be smiley, like,
Yeah.
all the stuff, but like very, they're like a lot of technical things when you're like talking to the girls, that understanding female psychology. So they are not aware of that, because they have not that much experience.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And you can see it. They're using basic. I know this is random. I had to come over here and meet you. You're adorable. You're cute. I like your skirt. Um,
you like
and
dominant guys? You like
yeah,
dominant guys?
you, you look like you like dominant guys. You are you an artist? Yeah, assumption stack.
Yeah,
Remember the old assumption stack? It's like
yeah,
people have forgotten that. Like you're probably the only person that I can speak to that would still know what that is.
yeah. And but some of
Yeah.
these guys, yeah, I mean, like, this is what they do, and that's how it is.
But this is really important. Is it doesn't matter what people will think of the older guys. It's the older guys have seen everything, so they know what works. They've seen people come in, spend a summer in Britain or Germany or Poland using old game and fail, and they're like, okay, well that doesn't work. Let me adjust it next summer. And you've been around to actually see that. The new audience that is now discovering game for the first time ever. This is their first summer, or this is their second summer. They're not aware of the value of experience.
Exactly, exactly, yeah.
You see
I
what I
mean,
mean?
yeah, I always suggest guys, if you're planning for this, what we say, adventure holidays in Europe,
Mm.
then first learn the game, because it is not going to be the piece of cake. You will get burnt out, and better learn from someone who has already lived that life. And
Mm.
I have learned game on the toughest level, difficulty level. Just People can say whatever they want. Just look at the dating coaching industry. First of all, longevity, like how long I am, and you will not find any guy from India migrated to West teaching game on that level. You just not find. You will not find. You can find some
Well,
Asian dating coaches. You can find some, some here and there, some black one, but the black are like more like native in. But you will not find some Indian dating coach.
I don't think there's anyone from your era that's still coaching in Europe, is there?
Uh,
They're all quit.
no, no. There are no, no. Nah.
I can't think of anybody that's still around. There is one guy that is still kind of posting, but no, no, they're all gone.
Yeah, the majority are like gone.
Who's left?
Majority are like. Some are doing some are some. There's a one question is asking German dating coaches. Okay, you can see in the chat also, like people are asking questions.
Mm,
So yeah, like in I mean, I will say, there is a one dating coach in Germany. Actually, there are like one guy's talking about like this German dating
mm.
coaches. So there's a, I mean, I think you don't know him, but if somebody's watching from Germany, then so there's a one guy. I will not use his name. I will maybe Don. I will say Don. So this guy actually learned from me in 2013. He buy my product. So this guy he's a like a white German guy. He's very successful actually. So he learned game from me in the old days. A concept of same delay. He did it. He copied it, and it was very interesting. It was very interesting that I was just shaking my head at that time. There were some guys who watched my infield I was making in German language, and then they say like, we can do it. And then what happened was they were doing very smoothly. They were doing very smoothly, and I was shaking my head like, what is going on? And now, after many years, I able to figure it out that due to like they are not like foreigner, they are like local guys go day gaming local girls. The resistance
Yeah.
level was so low, everything was like smooth.
So
So the,
he's still a
so
new
this
coach.
guy is yeah. So there's a like one or two guys still doing some coaching, but they are not doing actively boot camp kind of style. So almost I have heard about street attraction, but he's doing collab with some other dating coach, and then he stays behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Even there's a one guy with I have beef. He's doing collab with some other British guy, and they are doing coaching behind the scenes, but they are not actively doing like
Okay.
YouTube and all. So
Look,
some guys are still.
I can only think of someone that was around your era. He's an Australian guy. He's still over there. He's still kind of doing it, but I think he was younger than you anyway. He was the next generation underneath.
So
Anyway,
which guy talking about? Like you can say the
uh,
name. I mean,
I
Wolf.
won't, I won't mention him, but
No.
I'd say he's the generation after you. This was when it went mainstream. I'd say after you, he's still there in Europe coaching now, um, and this was around the time where Simple Pickup were number one, and we had a bunch of Jester Maxing and Social Freedom Clown game hit the market. That was the generation kind of after you. So
Uh,
they're still not your era,
you mean
but
like in Budapest?
no, they're not based in Budapest. No, no. But that's
Okay.
the
So.
only guy I can think of that is
Uh-huh.
notable. Even the small guys, they've all quit basically, because I'd say uh, as you get older, as you get older, that's when longevity and your actual skills and knowledge is tested,
Exactly.
or
Yeah.
you can't
So
stay in the game. You're gone, and
no,
and
no,
so
no,
you can't survive
no.
without your youth.
Yeah,
Mm,
definitely I've seen like this like uh, like for example, when I'm teaching my students, then I'm really like focusing on their success. And everybody has different problems. I mean, you have also seen for sure different problems, different circumstances, and you have
mm.
to address everything, make a good backstory of him, and what he say to the girl, take consideration of the weakness. You cannot just say like, it's just your limiting belief. Every time, sometimes coaches say when he has no idea about like, what to give the answer, oh, it's just your limiting belief. It's just your limiting belief. Sometimes it can be true, but you cannot just say all the time, these things to the guys. There are sometimes these are issues are there, but sometimes you have to address what the problem he is facing. Maybe it is genuine problem,
Mm,
this guy is having. So just
yeah.
address it and find a solution, that I will say. So yeah, I mean, like
Mm.
experience do matters a lot. And you see like I survived lot of beef, lot of things, and if I'm still there in this business, so there must be something in me, you know
Well, yeah, and I don't think the guys that survive like yourself. uh, get recognized for that, because even recently, I think you had a bit of a debate issue with a kid that's been around 2 seconds. Um, but by the time he's your age, he will be an incel. He won't be coaching anymore. And I'll put my life
Go back
savings
to
on.
the nursing job. He go back to the nursing job maybe.
Yeah, female nurse. I mean, male nurse. Sorry. Yeah, kids.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, uh, over here in Asia. So I've left. I've
Yeah, you
I
talk about yourself also so that
yeah,
we get, you know, some
yeah,
information. So
I
what
took the
is, how is your things?
Asia's changing. So I can tell you right now, Asia's
Hmm.
changing rapidly, and it is by far the wealthiest area in the world. The majority of the girls that you will approach in the big cities have degrees and PhDs. They have more money than you, um, because look, this is where the global economy is being built right now. The cities are massive, uh,
Which city we are
and
talking about?
basically all of them except for the trash ones. So the trash ones, I would say, don't go to Cambodia, don't go to the Philippines, um, Myanmar, don't go there.
Why not Philippine?
Um, like Philippines, if you're going to go for like 2 weeks or maybe a month, and you're going to pipeline a lot of numbers online, and then you're going to just basically methodically work your way through all of your list of girls one by one, that's okay, and then you leave.
Hmm.
But staying in the Philippines, the internet's bad, the infrastructure's bad. Um, they have some serious. They're becoming more and more feminist as time goes on. Uh, they have a believe all women law in the Philippines, um, and if a woman accuses you of anything, instant jail. There's men in jail right now.
Oh,
It's
really?
evolving. Yeah, yeah, 2026. So things are changed in 2026. I'm giving you cutting edge information.
Hmm.
But I call it the golden triangle. There is Japan, Taiwan, and Vietnam. All of the girls in the golden triangle are beautiful. Man, they're just so beautiful.
Japan, Thailand, and
Oh.
Vietnam.
No, no, Japan, Taiwan, Taiwan.
Japan, Taiwan. Okay,
Yeah,
Taiwan and
Taiwan. Taiwan's probably the most advanced country in the world today in 2026. It's more advanced than Japan now.
hmm.
Um, and Vietnam isn't that advanced, but they're working on it. They're still developing, but they have, my opinion, Vietnamese girls are the second most beautiful in all of Asia. They're
Okay,
amazing.
okay. And the first one is
Well, China has 1.3, 1.4 billion people, and there's cities with an oversupply of women in China, and you're a leftover woman at 25. And like today in 2026, I've actually got a student in Hangzhou right now in China, and he's just saying there's girls everywhere, and they're all single. uh,
okay. You have like, okay,
yeah,
that's very
so
interesting.
there's more single girls in China between the ages of 18 and 25 than I think all viable women all over Southeast Asia combined.
Oh, okay.
That's the
So,
stat that you need to look at.
so how you game? Like, what is your strategy when you go there? How you
Okay,
game the girls?
so now every city, if you use Tinder, you're going to be meeting a girl that has slept with 5 guys this week already. She's literally slept with every dude that has arrived by plane
Hmm.
in the last month,
Okay, okay,
and
okay.
so a lot of the guys, they're inexperienced. They'll go to Asia, they'll go to the Philippines, and they'll meet girls off Tinder or Bumble. They're like, "Oh, I got 1,000 matches." Yeah, okay, but literally last week she slept with a 60-year-old guy, and that's what you're getting, the sloppy seconds of an old man. But the number one way I would say is cold approach. So in Japan,
Hmm.
so right now in Japan, they have altered the dating apps. So if you have to put your passport in there so it gives your real age. And if you're like
Aha.
47,
Uh-huh.
if you're
Uh-huh.
47, you can't adjust it to 28, so you're matching with 18 to 21-year-olds. You can't play that game anymore. So basically, if you put your real age in and you're a little bit older, then you're only going to have access to the girls that you don't really want to date. And so
Aha. Okay.
it's really, as you said before, we've come full circle. AI is not working anymore. The dating apps aren't working anymore, and it's all cold approach. It has to be cold approach. And so in Japan, we're basically out on the street every day, cold approaching, and like what was the game when I do remember back in your era, guys were going to Warsaw and they were fishing out the area, and then guys started going to Krakow, and then they started going to the second and third tier cities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Second tier,
so
third tier.
yeah, so in Japan, there's Osaka and Kyoto, which are like second, third tier cities in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But it's even at the point now where you will go to the third tier city, and then what you do is you find another little town that has an oversupply of universities, and you go game there, which is like 5 stops away from the center of the city, and then your hook rate goes up, the flakiness decreases, you get a lot of solid numbers. um, but things are changing in Asia because we're getting an oversupply now of young guys that thankfully don't know what they're doing, and they're just using Tinder, recycling the same girls.
Ah.
And,
Okay. Okay.
and so there's still an unbelievable amount of girls that aren't using the apps that you can
Mm-hmm.
approach. So that's what's changing at the moment. The Philippines and Thailand are kind of dirty, disgusting, and the governments are kind of sick of foreigners. So
Mm-hmm.
now the sweet spot, and I've been saying this for 3 years, Vietnamese girls. Oh my God, Vietnamese girls, Japanese girls, Taiwanese girls. Um, they're all girlfriend material too, low body counts. Most of the guys that go to the Philippines and Bangkok and Thailand, etc., they can't survive in Japan and Taiwan and Vietnam. So
Why?
let's let's just say there's a guy in Europe right now. Go do like a boot camp with you.
Mm-hmm.
Get an understanding of game first.
Mm.
Then pick a big city in Asia, a rich city with high quality girls that have money. Don't go to the slums of Cebu. Don't go to the backwater of Pattaya. Uh, pick a big city in Asia with high quality, rich, educated girls from good families that dress
But
better than you.
but some guys advocating like going to the like second tier cities like Cebu and all, and finding good quality girls. So it is not good in your views. Some like second tier city in Southeast Asia, they say like go to the second tier cities in Southeast Asia because a lot of foreigners don't go there, and that's why there you can find the dime piece or something like that. How much
Well,
this is true?
so a dime piece might be an 18-year-old girl that lives in the slums for them. A dime piece
Okay.
for me is a 18 to 21-year-old girl that's in university in a big city from a good family that can buy me dinner.
Okay.
Um, if you're in China, I'd be targeting the CCP members' daughters. So I one of my ex-girlfriends was a CCP member, and she would pick me up. She would buy me dinner. She would pay for things. She didn't have to worry about anything. But if you get yourself a girl from Cebu or the backwater of Bangkok, Thailand somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
then she's uneducated. You're never really going to have a good conversation with her. She might be hot. You might be able to get
Mm-hmm.
some breast implants or something, and she looks great on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But you're
Okay.
never going to have an intellectual conversation with her, and she's not going to understand the basics of the stock market or the economy or politics because she's a farm girl. She's living in the dirt basically.
Ah,
Uh,
okay. Okay.
you see what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it depends on what their definition of a dime piece is. You could get yourself an 18-year-old girl that lives in the slums and her breath smells, but she looks good on camera. Or you could get a girl in the center of a big city that has all the advantages and education and understanding of the world. Like even this week, I had a date with a girl that has a degree in international relations. So we were discussing the future of Asia and what's going to happen with South Korea and politics. I had a date. It was like last week with a girl that has an accounting degree. You see, and so we're discussing how to avoid tax in Asia. um,
Uh-huh.
if you get yourself a girl from the slums, her conversation is, "I like Netflix, and I'm dumb. Can you buy me stuff?" You're basically carrying a child around.
Ah, okay.
You
Understand.
get, you
Understand.
get what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I understand, understand. So
Mm.
in Japan, for example, when you're doing games, so what is your approach? You go direct or how? So, but how you overcome the language issues? You Google Translate. How you do it?
It's really interesting because I we are finding it so much more easier to communicate with a Japanese girl that has zero English ability than a Filipino girl with the perfect English language
English.
ability. Um, and I think it's an IQ thing. So in the city of say Osaka, a lot of the girls are highly educated, smart. Japan is an extremely wealthy country, one of the biggest economies
Mm-hmm.
in the world, most of the most educated girls in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so, even though they can't speak English, we can communicate. They understand what's going on. And
Okay.
the key really is with approaching girls in Japan, which is different from other countries, is that the girls are a little bit. Your hook rate is going to go too low, and you're not going to hook very many girls at all if you go too direct and you show too much intent. They will get scared
Mm-hmm.
off. And
Okay.
we even noticed that asking for their line. So in Japan they use Line app instead of
Mm-hmm.
using WhatsApp. Uh, and if you ask for the line too soon, you will scare them off. And
Uh-huh.
so what we do is we just open up with something very innocent and indirect, get into the conversation, and then start to look for maybe an instant date if you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
That was old school game from the West a long time ago, and we discovered
Mm-hmm.
that it wasn't that effective. But in Japan, it is. And also another thing is, instead of approaching one girl at a time, like one set, if you approach two girls or three girls in a group during day game, on average they feel more comfortable in Japan and they hook. So our hook rate has
Mm-hmm.
gone up. And another outrageous thing that we discovered was you will obviously show more intent to one girl. There'll be one girl that you're clearly talking to a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more. She's
Mm-hmm.
clearly the
Yeah.
one that you're going to get her line from. What we do is we've now discovered, we experimented with this. We'll get the line from one girl, and then we'll turn to her friend and say, we should be friends. And then you get the girl's, her friend's line. And then you get her other friend's line. So you get three numbers, and then you treat all three numbers as if you're interested in all three. And we've noticed that the girls haven't really become jealous or communicated with themselves. So that has been, I would say, like a groundbreaking hack that we discovered in Japan recently.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I used to do in the old days game, like when they're like two girls. So I do a bit slightly different. I was a bit kind of crazy. I used to like escalate both of them. I approach both of them like, you both are looking this, artistic, this, and I have instances where I'm like holding both girls' hand. Actually, I have some infields. I so it really works. Actually, one time I remember
Mm,
I approached one girl, but then her friend came, and I was escalating both of them. Having somehow the friend was much more interested later in me compared to the other one. She was like wanted to meet me and all. So something like this definitely, like, is, I know this works really good. So yeah, that is interesting when you are like, having like two girls interactions. That's something
and
you
this
can do.
this was in Germany.
It was, I have done these things in Germany. I have done this thing in Germany, Poland, one East Bloc country also. So normally, majority of the time, I have done in Germany, West European girls. It
Okay.
I mean, I was a bit kind of, crazy, you know you say, wild and crazy. So it is still, for example, this still can be done now. I mean, these things still can be done, these things, but
Mm.
it's like, I am of your age now, so it is now like different, but definitely these things are
Mm.
like, definitely possible. So you
It's,
can, I have done it like in a way that I have take both girls home. I've taken both
yeah,
girls home, and
Germany, Germany or
uh,
Poland?
that was different country. That was different country.
Okay.
So I like Central Europe. So I took both girl home, and I remember like I slept with one girl because I was old. So if I come, then I cannot, boom the other one. So that's why I didn't came, because I said like I have to boom other one also, and then I boom the other girl also. So so yeah, so both were fine with it. Both were fine actually, and the second girl was also fall in love with me later. I mean, that things definitely can happen if you know
You know,
if there is
you
no
know,
filter, you can.
I think now this is going to sound a little bit strange, and people
Hmm.
will see this as a little bit strange. I haven't gamed in Germany, but there's a lot of
Hmm.
German tourists that come to Sydney. We have an unbelievable
Hmm.
amount of German girls that go to Sydney, and I've dated a lot of German girls.
Hmm.
There seems to be they seem to be very much similar to Japanese girls in the game style that you can use. I've just it seems very similar. So it's interesting you bring that point up.
Yeah, the
Mm.
thing is like girl who is behaving in the home, any it is valid for almost all nationality. The girl who is living in the home, that's gonna behave very differently when she's outside, away from home.
Yeah,
So there will
yeah,
be slightly, so like gaming a German girl, for example, in Sydney or in Thailand, will be slightly different than gaming her in Germany, where she's locally living. It's the same thing like a gaming a girl from Japan. In Japan will be different than when she is visiting visiting in Sydney.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
That is a very important point. Yeah, because Japanese girls and German girls, they do loosen up a little bit when they come to Sydney.
yeah. So there will be like that is like because they are not getting judged. She's far away from her
Mm,
hometown, and she's far away. So it is always like, you have some kind of. That's why I said, like, if somebody wants like a lot of action in Europe, then Prague is very good place because there are like a lot of tourists, and if you have a good, you need good game. You definitely need good game. You meet them, spend time, instant date, and like, you know show good time, and then take them home, logistically living in
mm,
the center, so that because tourists are not likely to walk with you too far away, so that of security reasons. So you have to be in the like
mm.
this main like, area, so that she's comfortable to go with you. So these things, if you are
Yeah.
taking care, so it is definitely like, like you can have like, good time, definitely.
Is is Prague cheaper than Warsaw at the moment for Airbnbs and food, etc.?
I guess I have some inquiries for the next year. So I this year I was not in Prague. I was more in Germany, Poland, Denmark. So Prague is definitely, I think it's the same level of pricing, but in the center it will be costly. But you have to book, remember, you have to book it if you're planning to for June, July. You have to book it in better book it in February, March. Then you can, if you will not you will not even get place in June, July. I mean, because this Prague is like one of the like place where you have lot of tourists. I think 7-8 million
Okay.
tourists per
So
year.
would Prague be your number would it be your number one city in Europe 2026?
I will say like Prague is definitely one of the contender, and then depends on the race of the person. I can go for Denmark, Copenhagen, also a good place, but it is costly. Uh, Poland is getting more saturated with this PUA guys, and Belgrade is good place also. So three cities I will say: Prague, Warsaw, Copenhagen, and
What
this
what
place,
countries
Belgrade,
what is that? So that's Serbia, Czech, and
Serbia.
where's
Yeah,
Copenhagen? What country is
and
that? Denmark.
Denmark.
Oh,
And if you are, I mean, Munich is also a very good place, honestly. If you can afford the city, Munich is a really good place. Girls are very friendly, and the center Munich is definitely like very sanitized. You will not see antisocial elements. So lot of the game, like in the West European cities,
mm,
is slightly annoying in the sense like they because of this you know the guys from this demographic, they are like very uncalibrated, Middle Eastern, these kind of
okay,
these refugees, I will say, who came with this refugee status. And I'm not like blaming all
okay,
these guys, but some guys are like highly uncalibrated, and they make the situation a bit kind of, not so, what is German word is angenehm, what is the English word, very pleasing, like like calming, walking on the street, that kind of this situation for the girl. It is not like that. Sometimes you get
okay,
these kind of like, then she will see you as one of them. When she will see
okay,
you as though you are a nice guy, you know the game, but she will say, then you can get some resistance. Though it is still like, it is still manageable if you have some game style, clothing, and like the way you speak to the girl, you can still like get good results. One thing is
Has
like
the
about
currency?
Germany, I will say, if you one thing, just what if you speak in English and speak in a nice way, it works good, because because these guys are not able to speak in good English. So if a German girl is listening to a guy who is speaking in English, it is a positive thing.
Okay. It is has the I'm assuming, I haven't checked it, but I would assume because of the war, the currency in Serbia would have decreased compared to Germany and England and France. Is it cheaper to go to Serbia now? That might be the top
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
then.
for sure. Yeah, Serbia is cheaper, and the girls are like hot. The
Okay.
girls are hot
So
there.
Belgrade hasn't been fished out yet. 2026.
Belgrade was again burned out at that time in 2015,
Yeah.
16 time. It was
Yeah.
2014, 15. It was really burnt out. I think not too many dating coaches are going there that much. So it should be like fine now. It should be fine.
And
Belgrade.
if the currency dropped, that might be a good place to go. Can
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
if it's not June, July, if it's not summer, can you can you go game in any of these countries in winter, or is it just game over, swiping right on Tinder, hoping?
The winter time is I will say like Denmark is I will not go to in the winter time. If you are like somebody's planning some far away, then it just like you're
Mm.
not getting the what we say, the money like isn't worth to go there in the winter time. Belgrade will be still cold, but still can be manageable. But I will still say you can go in. Belgrade is, I think, April, May is a good time. July will be very very hot. The Balkan countries, yes, Balkan countries are very hot in the July, in the summertime. So you can do in the evening time some game, but in the midday is a like a very hot place.
And why do you choose, why is Serbia better than Croatia? Because my experience, the Croatian girls have been hotter.
uh I don't know, like I think Belgrade, if I choose like three Baltic country the Balkan countries, Budapest, Belgrade, Zagreb, then I will say Belgrade, Budapest, and the third should be Zagreb. I
Budapest.
was in Zagreb. I have done game in Zagreb, but uh, I didn't get like I was I did got results, but I got like much better results in Belgrade.
Interesting. Interesting. And did you was that Hungary you mentioned? Was that
Yes,
Hungary?
Hungary, Budapest. Yes, yes, yes.
That's Hungary. Okay, I see.
Hungary is also fine. Hungary is good. Is also fine. It's fine country city.
So basically, if someone wants to go there in December, January, it's just too cold anywhere in Europe. And then, what do you think?
If you want to go there in December, yeah, I will. I, I will not go to. Honestly, I will not go to Europe in the winter time.
Okay.
Then you're better in going in like Southeast Asia or in Latin America
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well,
It
here's a nugget of information. The Bolivian peso, or bolivar, or whatever it's called, Bolivia, it has just halved in value. So anyone with euros, US dollars, Australian dollars, you go to Bolivia to game, it's 50% off right now.
yeah, I mean, like you have to be also careful. Like you're going to these
Yeah,
places, you have to be careful. Like a lot of guys are going in Colombia and all these places, and you have to be also, there is also risk involved. You don't have this kind of risk in Europe.
Yeah. Well, I went to South America. I witnessed the kidnapping. We
Really?
were, yeah, yeah. I saw a kidnapping with my own eyes. I had a guy carrying a weapon follow us through the market. I had guys on multiple occasions like actually threaten me with a while I was with girls, and
Really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I had multiple guys actually just come out of nowhere. I've got good situational awareness, but
Hmm.
they closed the distance fast, and that scared me because usually I see them coming, but I had on 5 occasions guys get right in my face while I'm with a hot girl, and they were doing it because I was with a hot girl. And they closed the distance fast, like they were in my face before I knew they were there, and that was the
Hmm.
scariest part. And also one night, even in the tourist area of one of these big cities in South America, I woke up to gunfire out the front door. There was people shooting each other
Okay.
in the tourist area. But I got to tell you, the girls in South America, wow! Like if you think Asia is great for dating, the South American girls are number one. Oh man, it is. It's magic.
You mean like South American girls? Yeah, I mean, I have. It is interesting. I got some girls from South America, but that part never interests me. I have not too much idea about like South America. It just never, like this instinct never came. This killer instinct when I see a South American girl, it never came in. So I
Mm.
never bothered about going there. I got some like South American girls here in Europe, and that was, I think, more than enough for me. But it is going there and doing something there. It really never. I didn't get this kind of this motivation to do it. Honestly.
Well, me either. Me either. I had two Colombian girls live with me in Sydney at one stage. So I had a couple
Uh
of
huh.
Colombian girls, and they're very like, yeah, just they're fun. They're awesome.
Hmm.
There's no stress. And I dated a Mexican girl in Sydney as well, and so I just decided to go have a look. And I can like just from my experience, South America's awesome. South
Ah.
America is really good. Like it is really good. Um, yeah,
So
really good.
again, there is also the problem with the language, I guess. So you use
Mm.
you speak Spanish or you use Google Translate.
Surprisingly, Spanish and English are very similar. So
Uh huh.
just small words. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Poquito. How to say, small words. Like I was only there a short period of time, and if you've got a lot of girls just hanging out with you, they will teach you, so you'll learn relatively fast. Um, so, but yeah, South America, man, in Asia it is great too. It's really good, but the Jap the yeah, like the Japanese girls versus say South American girls. Like what one day I had a 20-year-old girl from university. We're in a cafe, and she's grabbing my glasses and she's putting the glasses on, and then
Hmm.
she's like pulling me in, and she's escalating on me in front of the guy that runs the cafe, and she's like licking her lips, and I'm like, I'm looking for the camera. It felt like a setup, but it was real.
Uh huh.
And I took her home, and I'm like, fuck it, we're just gonna do this. And I took her home, and there's no cameras, there's no setup. She didn't ask for money. It was legit like that's South American girls. They're just
Uh
very
huh.
simple. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I can report nothing but good stuff from South
Yeah, okay,
America.
that's good. I mean, you have to be, I guess, careful with this, like they give him this date drug or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful with these things. I got drugged in Ukraine, in Kiev. in 2016. Yeah, I at that time I got drugged almost,
Oh,
like it was like 40 hours I was like knocked out. So
wow.
that was crazy experience. That was crazy experience
Yeah.
I had.
Where did you meet that girl from? That was in Ukraine. You met her in
Yeah, actually I finished the boot. I was doing the boot camp. I was doing the boot camp, and in the night I had some time, so I was just out and saw the girl and then talked and drink something, took her home, and it's like a another story you discuss sometimes. And then she put in my drink, and then I was like slightly heavier than this time now, so the drug didn't knock me out, so she put, but I started to feel the effect. So before I knocked out, I throw her out, close the door, and then I slept for like 24 hours, wake up, and then again slept. So nothing
wow.
like bad happened.
So
So that
so
happened.
so she was in the bar waiting for like a foreigner to trap in a way.
No, 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 no. It was interesting actually. What happened was I I met her outside, and then we decided like let's drink something. I don't want to go to the bar, but let's drink something outside. So we buy from some beer from outside, from kiosk, and two glasses. So now I was thinking like she's not going to put anything in the beer because both beer are we are sharing this beer, big bottle of beer. So she put, I was making like drink, like putting in her glass and my glass and drinking. So at one time I need to go to pee. I thought like I finish my glass, and then when I come back, then I will take in my glass the beer. So I didn't thought like she will put something in the beer. So when I came back, so she that put the stuff in the beer, and now when I drink I put beer in her glass and then in my glass. So what she was doing when we were outside, she was like acting like she's sipping it, but she's throwing it. She was not drinking it, but I was drinking it. I did the mistake that she can be that much clever, and I drink like the beer, and then okay, like I said, let's go to my place, and then I took her to my place, and then the effect started, and then I said like fuck,
Uh,
oh god, I'm like I can see that, like you can see literally, like now I'm about to get fucked pretty bad. And then and already like there was some guy I met at that time, and he told me like if this something like this happen, just throw her the girl out and close the door, and either call the ambulance if you have conscious, or you have to first throw the girl out because she will rob everything, and her friends
uh,
are like partners are waiting outside, they're gonna rob everything from you. And I
mm,
throw her out, and and actually it is interesting, actually I have the from the my room, I have the video recording of it also, actually. I have the video recording how it all happened. You can see clearly like how I'm reacting.
you didn't release
So
it?
I released it in the
Okay.
past, then I removed it. Then maybe I will release it, as a fun now, the wild
Yeah,
stories from the past. So
I didn't know
you can see.
Ukrainian women were like that, or there was traps like that in Ukraine. I had no idea.
Now you have a big now
Now
you
you
have
have big
bigger
problems.
trap, bigger
Yeah,
artillery trap, missile trap. Now you don't, now there is no chance.
yeah. One of my number one wings from Sydney. This is before COVID. He moved to Ukraine before the war, and he was basically out on the street every day gaming, uh, and he was training jujitsu and learning Russian, and then he moved to Ukraine just before the war, and he ran into Roosh V, and he was gaming with Roosh V before Roosh V quit. and he's still living there today. Um, he's got
Even in this
married.
situation,
Sorry,
even in this situation, he's still living there.
he's still living there, and he's running a business there, and he's doing quite well. Um, yeah, yeah. As soon as he got there, he was reporting back how you know the success rate, etc. But he was like my main wing for a solid 2 years in Sydney. He's American,
Hmm.
uh, but yeah, it's interesting to hear that. I think we'll have to wait till the war ends before we can go anywhere near that region.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, right now it just like right now it's not too
Yeah.
much left there, honestly. I will say it's not too
So, do
much. A
you have
lot
any
of
boot
girls are
camps?
left from that place. So it's not too much, and it's now I am almost done actually with my boot camp. So next year I will be doing boot camp.
So you can't squeeze
I
in
will be
any
more
more.
like active again. Yeah, I have some other projects running, so I'm working on that. So I will not be. I will be available by June time,
Okay, so that's it for this year for you
unless
then.
there will be some emergency bootcamp inquiry come. Yeah, unless there's some emergency bootcamp inquiry comes and he really wants some kind of like bootcamp, so it will be, you know,
Okay.
that. Otherwise, it will be like. What about you?
Oh, I basically wing it because I'm pretty flexible. I've been traveling for 2 years throughout
Hmm.
Asia, and I don't work. I don't have any obligations. I don't need to go back to Australia.
Hmm.
I'm chasing, basically just chasing like the sweet spots of Asia and bouncing around. And
Uh-huh.
uh, I have clients that have the ability. They're wealthy enough to just come and meet me anywhere, and so they'll come and meet me in game. But they've already done,
Hmm.
you know, they've already done coaching, and if something pops up. That's the beauty of Asia, I guess, is that all year round you can just game.
You
Uh,
can game, yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
definitely.
all
Like
year round.
in Europe it is not like that. You can still, like, if you with the intense willpower, you can still game in Europe in the winter time.
Mm,
But then the girls, when it is too cold, then it is a slightly counterproductive. And when you want to do efficient gaming, then you don't want unnecessarily resistance. This climate resistance also plays a role. When the climate is too
yeah,
cold, it is it is anti-seduction. When it is too hot, it is also anti-seduction. you know um,
interesting.
so too hot as well as too
Mm.
cold, both are like anti-seduction environment. So
Are
there you
there
have to be.
Sorry,
Mhm.
are there any
Yeah.
clubs? So I'm just thinking outside the box. Are there any cities where the nightclubs would be good during winter, as an example, or is that just not that good?
I mean, you can go to Warsaw. It is has a good light nightlife. Warsaw has a good nightlife. I have not tried like in this place in Prague. I don't know. Berlin has a good nightlife. Berlin has a in is very good nightlife, but Berlin is very rough and wild. Is very rough
Okay.
and wild place. Um, I have done game, but normally I these days I prefer to choose some other city in
Okay.
Germany. So
Mm.
I don't know, because I very much focus on like day games, so I don't have too much idea about like clubbing.
Yeah.
I did clubbing in the past, but now, since I'm coach, I don't do night game. I only teach like hardcore day game. There I'm
Yeah,
specialized in like teaching the highly technical like day game, very efficient, bringing results to the student. And also, like, nightlife, it is not the way these days. Nightlife is not the way it used to be in the past. The lot
true.
of clubs, like a lot of clubs in Germany are closed, honestly. And me and
Mm,
my friend Freddie, we were talking about it, and we noticed that a lot of the clubs where we used to go, we had like an insane amount of fun. I mean, 2010, 11, I was not getting late that much, but still we have like this fun vibe was there. They're all closed. They're
mm,
all closed. People
yeah,
are, and the new generation, they are, somehow the girls are not interested. They are not interested in alcohol, drinking alcohol. The girls are not going out that much, so that is also playing a
mm,
big role. And people, and when the guys, when there is no incentive for a guy, okay, I go in the night time and maybe I will get late. When this motive, the incentive is not there, then they will also not really, want to drink.
yeah, and
Sometimes
mm,
the thrill should, there should be some thrill, that, oh, I am going in the night, maybe I will get late, let's see. But when this is, that you're not, it's not going to happen, you just stop going out or drink. Yeah.
yeah. The same thing happened in Sydney where
Hmm.
before COVID, we had an unbelievable amount of options. Every Thursday in the Ivy in on George Street. If anyone's watching, George Street, Sydney, the Ivy every Thursday, free entry, full of backpackers. And then would have King's Cross, would have World Bar, and we got an unbelievable like home bar in Darling Harbour, and we could basically bounce around, and and in some cases because it was cheap too, we could enter multiple clubs a night and find which club is the best one to go to on a Friday, Saturday night because it was always
Hmm.
changing. Um, and then at like 3 a.m. in the morning, you'd have like little bars on George Street, like Charlie Chan's and all of these Irish pubs, and you can still meet the backpackers at 3, 4, 5, still pull as the sun's coming up. But COVID kicked in, and it's like everything changed. Everything got more expensive. The
Hmm.
the the Ivy, there was a point there I knew everybody, all the bouncers, all the regulars. You'd know what girls are there every week and not to approach them.
Ah,
you'd know
okay.
you knew every guy in the club, and if you were in set and there was a spare girl, one of the guys would spot you and they would jump in and wing you. You basically had a club full of wings on demand. Now the Ivy is just, it's expensive. There's more violence. It's
Okay.
almost a waste. It's not as happy and open, and you can't really game. Yeah, Sydney's nightlife has really been destroyed as well. That's another reason why I was like, I'm just getting out of here. I'm just going to go travel Asia.
Mm.
Screw this.
Hmm.
Uh,
What about the Bali?
Bali. So Bali's full of like 21-year-old young pretty boys. Um, and so uh, it makes everything more difficult. You see, I broke down an infield of one of these guys in Bali, uh,
Aha. Yeah.
choking out Bali girls. Um, so Bali's a no go, Bangkok's a no go, Manila's a no go. Now it
Why
is.
Manila is no go? Like, the girls are tough, or it is like you cannot do cold
Oh
approach, or
no,
what?
no. Manila's the easiest place to go to get laid. You will get a lot of volume. It's by far the
Hmm.
easiest place possibly in
Okay.
the world,
Okay.
by a factor of 10. Um, just a brief little story. When I landed there not long ago, I got
Hmm.
out of the airport. I went to my hotel.
Hmm.
I put my bags down, and then I went into uh, the shopping center to get a SIM card, and there was this mother. She's like, "Oh, what do you need to get?" I'm like, "I'm getting a SIM card." She's like, "Oh, let me use my ID to give you a SIM card. And by the way, here's my three daughters." And she's basically like, "See this daughter? She can speak really good English." Basically, like giving me her daughter. And her daughters were like 20, 21, 22, and she's like, that's the Philippines. You walk around, and it's like you get open. Um, uh, and every time you swipe right on an app, everything matches.
Then why it is no go?
Because in 2026 they've changed the laws. They want everything's more expensive, and the infrastructure hasn't increased. And now they're targeting foreigners. They're extorting foreigners. Uh, there's not a lot of cases of foreigners being drugged, but the state actually facilitates extorting foreigners in the Philippines now. Uh,
In which
so
sense?
so let's just say a woman will accuse you of something, and then the police will help them to extort you.
Aha, okay.
There's documentaries coming out right now all across the internet of guys locked in jails in the Philippines, and they're like, I did nothing. I don't even know who accused me. And they're sitting in jail.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
so yeah, the Philippines, and they've got these new laws about filming in the Philippines. If you film in public, they will put you in jail.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
Yeah. So, very, like, and don't get me wrong, I was there for 6 months recently, got like 100 lays. It was insane. Got like gonorrhea like 3 times. They've got superbug STDs there now, so you got to be very careful.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. One of my wings from Sydney, uh, old school gamer. He's living right there across the road from the nightclub in Uptown Mall in BGC, and he just games in
Hmm.
there like every weekend. And in his cupboard, he has extra antibiotics, the strong stuff, all loaded, ready to go because so many of the girls are carrying STDs in Manila right now.
Ah, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, it's really bad. So Manila, just Philippines in general, it's a no go. Bangkok's a no go. Right
Why
now, it
Bangkok
is.
is no go?
It's just, well, look, it's overfished. There's just too many guys there
Okay,
now, and it's just too kind of. It's expensive too. If you go to a
okay,
high end, let's just say you want to take a girl on a nice date. Let's just say you got a regular. She's come around 3 times. You're like, okay, I'll buy dinner this time. You might end up spending more money than you expect. Sitting down with a nice view and a cocktail, it still might be $100 in
okay.
Bangkok,
Mm,
but um, it will still be cheaper in Japan than in Bangkok for
okay,
for comparable value. So, uh, so Thailand, Philippines, no. It's Vietnam right now. Vietnam, the yen has collapsed, so Japan is cheap. And Taiwan. Just the girls in Taiwan will blow your mind. And if you want tall, good-looking girls, um, Taiwanese guys, it feels like they're all 6 foot tall. I was like the shortest guy in Taiwan. They're
even
really
with
tall.
Asians, okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're really tall in Taiwan. Really tall.
that's
Um,
very
it,
interesting.
the amount of girls that were my height with long, beautiful legs would blow your minds. Taiwan is amazing. Uh,
And it's
but
cheap
yeah,
place, it's cheap to go.
the cheapest is Vietnam.
Cheapest is Vietnam, okay.
Yeah. You can only get a 3 month visa though, but most people won't
Mm.
need that. You just go for 1 month.
And which
Uh,
city in Vietnam?
I would go to. There's only really two that are worth going to. there's Ho Chi Minh in the south, and then I think it's Hanoi in the north.
Hmm.
Um, so there's only really those two cities. Just go to the big city, and go to the center of the city and mass approach, basically. Uh,
Hmm.
Vietnam is so good because it's difficult. So when you get a good one, it is worth it. They're
Ah.
beautiful. And they're not going to allow a guy that gets laid in Manila or Bangkok to go swipe right on Tinder and go on a rampage in Ho Chi Minh City. It just doesn't happen. That's the beauty of Vietnam.
Hmm.
There's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Okay.
there's a barrier. Yeah, yeah. But that's basically
Just give me
now.
2 minutes. I give me 2 minutes. I just come, and then we can go for the questions they are asking. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm coming in.
We'll have a look at the chat, I guess. Um, has the stream been glitchy for you guys? It was. It looks a little bit glitchy to me. It doesn't look very good. um, so look, Kuwait, Kenya. I pulled a girl from Kenya in, I think it was, no, Zimbabwe in Sydney. Tall girls. Girls from Zimbabwe are amazing, actually. I don't know about Kenya. Oh, they're the runners, aren't they? um, Indonesia and Malaysia, um, they have an oversupply of men, and that you can actually, they've got a law in Indonesia and Malaysia, because they're Muslim countries, that if you do a one night stand, you can be arrested. So stick to the tried and true path. You go to Bali if you're going to go to Indonesia. Malaysia, they have a lot of nightclubs. I went and gamed in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur, and yeah, you got to be careful in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, because there's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of like, uh, I know a guy that went there, and an African girl hugged him in the nightclub area. She hugged him, and then he checked his pockets. He's like, "Oh no, where's my passport?" Lost his passport. So you're back.
So yeah, I'm just checking the questions they are asking. Used to. Okay. Do you have the questions? Just checking it here. Would you suggest Baltic? Yeah, Baltic experience we already discussed. Baltic city. Yeah, Baltic city. You have the cities are. You have the cities like Latvia, no, country Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. I mean, they are fine cities. Like for a short-term gaming, um, they are like more like a West European cities. The problem is that they don't have to like. I have seen some of my European friends. Vilnius is not really a good place to game. The girls stick with the local guys, and Estonia and Latvia. They're like not too much women there. The girls are very less. They are all like migrated to more wealthy Europeans, West European cities. So you may find less girls there. You cannot do if you do mass approach, then you will be finished in 4 days. You will be getting noticed. So 3 4 days is the lifespan if you're like doing for mass approach. For mass approaching, you want to improve your game. For a mass approaching, as a beginner, I will say um, Prague is really the best, one of the best city. Warsaw is still okay. It can happen if you're going in the peak season. Then girl is already get approached by other dating coaches or maybe some students or some other pickup guys. Um, Germany is good place. Munich is really good place. In Munich, you have this center area, Marienplatz. I think in Germany, Munich is the best city for day game. You have a center area, Marienplatz, and there are like 3 4 roads are all connecting, and it's like insanely full. It's completely full with girls, with the tourists. You can get like a lot of girls from Balkans, Bosnia. You can get like this girls from Switzerland. It's in the south side of Germany, so a lot of the people like girls from these area, also German girls. So as a beginner, I will say like that is also a really good place to game. Um, what else? Yeah, so Baltic I will not suggest to
Interesting.
game there. If you're like advanced gamer, you don't need too many girls. You can go there and try your luck. But for that also you have some other places.
Are they cheap?
Baltic, more or less, they are like they use euros actually. So
Okay.
they use euros.
Mm.
It will be slightly cheaper than Germany. It may be slightly cheaper than Germany, but I think like I guess even if it is cheap, it is if there are like not too many targets, what you gonna do?
Yeah. If they use euros, it's too expensive.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
wouldn't
they
be
use
it wouldn't be
euro.
worth the time. You're better off going to a big city. Yeah.
There's a one question, Dave and Deepak, is for both of us. Do you use NLP techniques
Oh
or
god.
they
Oh
ask
man.
MK Ultra Mind Control when you game? Also, I remember a technique from Ross Jeffries where you say
Ah.
things like "blow me, it's hot."
Ah.
Okay, okay. So I mean, I can talk about it. I can talk about this thing like a lot. I have lot of. I mean, I do respect this guy, RJ Ross Jeffries, one of the OGs. Even you know, I was still in India when he was gaming and teaching. I came to Europe in 2006, and he was doing this thing since 1993. So I do have respect of him. The Ross Jeffrey stuff, I have a lot of students from like they're doing this RJ stuff, and not like they came to me because it is not very effective. It looks very good on paper though. It looks very good on paper, this mind tricks and all. But it is not in on practical. Like for example, when the East European war is going, they make like lot of sophisticated weapons and all, and these and this like NATO, and then from Russia side. But when the war is playing on the ground side, it is completely different. It is complete. You can make all the lot of stuff um, in the
Yeah.
classroom, but in the ground side is when you go out.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
it is very different. You
That,
need like you
that's
need
the
like a
perfect metaphor. Perfect
yeah.
metaphor. Perfect metaphor for this. Mm.
Yeah, so you need like a very good voice tonality. The girl need, now like he need to be a native American or native Britisher.
Yeah.
The girl need to speak a very good English, understand very good English. The guy need to speak very good accent free English, very important accent free English. The guy need to speak accent free English. Girl need to understand very good English. He need to be like a native better because the language he will use, she understand. um, and also it is the problem with this system is that in the cold approach, it is not very effective. You need to have very good communication skills. Now the question is like, do the pattern can bring some effect. It can bring some effect, but you can also use physical escalation to have effect and get results. We literally I have we have tried and tested these patterns actually, because I love game. I have a passion of game, and we noticed that it is not it is not making very big difference. We still need to play 90% of the attraction game, and then on the last stage, we can say it, the girl will agree to it, but girl is already liking us, engaged in conversation. And then, but if you don't say this pattern, you can still get results.
Good point. If the NLP works, she already likes you. You're just playing with your food, basically.
Yeah. So that is the thing. And for example, definitely like interracial kind of situation, it is not really like, if a, I don't want to use the
Mm.
word, but like the girl is like white and the guy is like some immigrant or something, it is not very effective.
Yeah,
It
it'd be
is.
hard. It'd be hard to. It would be hard for them to get the slight signals you're trying to give through, unless you have perfect English and she has perfect English, and you're basically
Exactly.
from the same culture, and this is why after doing NLP they're coming to you. That's why
Yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't work.
I remember there was a situation. I was in New York, and the guy came to me, like I was teaching. I say, okay, let's do some. I want to see, like, how you're approaching on the first day of boot camp. And he go to the girl. Have you seen incredible connection? You felt incredibly connected to the. I said, what the fuck, man? Like, what is going on? What he's doing? He just approached the girl, and the girl was looking at him. And then and I said, like,
Yeah,
I said, like, what you're saying, man, it is not making any sense on the street, what you're saying. Then he said, like, oh, I'm doing these kind of stuff. I said, yeah. I said, like,
yeah,
yeah, dude, like, we have to first get to the basics, this incredible connection and all the stuff on the street in what was that place, Union Square in New York. I said, like, this is like, we are doing. I didn't immediately, like, attacked him. I said, like, dude, like, this is not working. We have to completely change your strategy. And he agreed to it, and he changed it, and he changed it. And I remember he was still in the RJ group, Ross Jeffrey group, and then he said, like, your things are not working, and Ross Jeffrey was attacking him at that time.
yeah.
I said, like, I said to him, like, I do respect that guy, I am not against, but this is, you have to have some other things also with you to make it to work.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, it's just not gonna work.
I
It is the
I
same
went.
thing.
Yeah, I went
Just
clubbing. Sorry, you go. You go.
Yeah. So it is. I mean, there are some, some Australian guys. I know you. This sexual authority we're gonna bring. So I will say, RJ is. I will give RJ more, like, props, like, more respect, that it is still more effective with this BS sexual
Mm,
authority thing. uh, but again, like, for this as sexual authority thing to work, the girl already need to have attraction for that person.
yeah, she's already
If the
hooked.
attraction, yeah, if the attraction is not there, it is not gonna work. And the toughest part in game is attraction building. Toughest part is
Yeah.
attraction building. She's willing to listen to you. She's willing to
Mm.
listen to you. That is one of the toughest part in game.
And attraction, I would say my definition of attraction is just compliance. If you say let's go here, she goes yes. That's my definition. But anyway, yeah, Ross Jeffries wasn't exactly choking girls in the club,
Yeah.
but I've had the same sort of experience where I've had guys that have spent too much time learning fancy wordplay and weird words that don't make any sense for too many years, and then they come and learn to just approach girls and do the proper stuff. Um, Look, I'm holding back with respect for you, Deepak.
What do you mean? I didn't.
I yeah, I NLP doesn't work. I'm keeping it as a PG rating as possible.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like, I will say, I mean, you need to have like much more than that to make it work.
Yeah,
Just this will not work, because now a question I ask myself: if the system was so good, then why other system also came? I ask,
mm,
why other system also came. Even for example, mystery was so good, then why other systems also came? Because it was also not very effective system, in one way. So like, there are some issues, and I'm sure, like, he got results. Ross Jeffrey got late, some students also got results, but they are like, it is he says, like, I have literally seen my students like spitting these patterns, this twin brother, you know okay, it's a good to engage the girl in conversation, but we were not able to get the same kind of, like,
yeah,
oh, that, like, jaw dropping, that, like, she giving a I want to boom boom you kind of eyes. We need to
mm,
do some other stuff also, you know
yeah. I've witnessed it. I've had clients that have come from the NLP background, uh, and it just doesn't work. Also, back in, I don't know, maybe early 2010s, I there was a guy that was he was like the NLP guy in Sydney, and I went clubbing with this guy, and it was like, can we approach yet? Can we do something? He's like, no, no, wait, wait, wait. I was like, what are we doing? And then when we get into set, he's like, lean back now, lean back, say this sexual thing. I tried it. It was like, it was inefficient. We got nothing done. He wasted my time. um,
Yeah, also, like, it is very limited, like, on the street it is very tough to do. On the street there are a lot of factors. On the club time it is very tough to
mm,
do. The girl need to willing to listen to you, you know
yeah,
to make it to work to some extent. She need to willing to listen to you. And so, and there, that's why, like, they are much more effective way. I'm not saying that this is a completely, I'm not like, I will not say like it is not working at all. I will say they are like much more effective and efficient ways also. And if somebody is
mm,
like want to learn some pattern, do it for fun, why not? But it is not like a magical pill. You learn these 5 paragraphs of pattern, and then she is going to be yours. It's not going to happen like that.
no, yeah. Mm.
What
Well,
are the questions? You have questions? Do you have WhatsApp number to keep? Okay. Dave, do you still friends with? Okay, he's talking about. There's a one guy talking about Brad. You can answer.
okay. Yeah, we might do a live stream. So Brad's actually, he's lost weight. He's hitting the gym. He's jacked now, and it was about a year ago. I was pulling. I was out the front of the club, and I was about 100 meters down from the club, and I'm like about to book the taxi, and the girl's kind of, like, I'm in my late 40s, she's like 21. I'm getting a little bit of resistance. I'm like talking her in, where I'm like, let's order the taxi. And guess who walks by? Bradicus with two girls. I was like, what? And he's like, he's jacked, he's got arms. Um, yeah, so it seems like he's got his channel back. He's got everything back in place. He's out gaming. I've seen it with my own eyes. And it was probably a week later in the same club area. I saw him again, and I'm out the front of I'm out the front of the club, and we bought some drinks, and I got two girls with me, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And we're out on the street, and guess who walks by? Bradicus. He's pulling, and he's holding a hand, and he looks at me, and he's like, got one. um, so he went through a hard time. Now he's back on track. So, and he's actually living this life, which is rare for a lot of guys. Like he's actually traveling and, like me, just gaming, just living this life, which is rare for most of the guys. Most of them write
Hmm.
articles and write books and tweet and put out 1,000 infields and testimonials, and they don't actually live this life. So, anyway, that's a
This is
long
also
way.
interesting. This is interesting question. How you meet? Yeah, I mean, I can explain. We had, I think, there was some issue with. I don't want to use the name of that guy. There was you have a beef with one guy and dating coach, and then I had beef with this guy, and then we came into contact. It was COVID time, I guess, 2021, 2021 around. And in the COVID time, I remember I was in Istanbul. COVID time, everything was unlocked, and I was doing my video streams, video making videos from there, and then we had a call. So we get to know each other at that time. We never meet personally. We never met in real, but on and off we always have some conversation, some chats and everything, and then finally decided,
Yeah,
you know
yeah, we've been chatting for quite a while, haven't we?
five
That's like
years 6 years,
six
yes.
years.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but uh, we're on the opposite end of the world, really. Asia
Hmm.
and Sydney is so far from Europe. This is why I'm not in Europe. It's just so far away, and this is why you're
Hmm.
rarely over here. It's just too far away. Um, but I've actually got a friend in Istanbul right now, and he says
Hmm?
that he doesn't like it for game. He doesn't like it for game. He said he's struggling at the moment. Actually, um, was it ever good for game over in like Turkey?
I
Is
mean,
it?
I didn't game too much. I didn't game too much there at that time. um, I guess, like, if you are like European, you definitely have like a you can get results um, there. The thing is, I was never into, like, Turkish girls. I really didn't. It didn't really, like, you have to. You have to have this kind of this motivation, that killer instinct. It should come. So
Yeah.
for some nationalities, I just don't have that kind of, you know like, this killer instinct don't kick in. That's why my focus is
Mm,
about game is, like, Caucasian, Slavic, European kind of girls. And there I have literally, like, did all my, like, spent 95% of my time, I will say. And in my, like, life also, like, these kind of girls. And I'm fine with that. So I don't have that much, like, experience
yeah. It doesn't seem like it doesn't
about
seem like
Turkey.
very attractive girls either. To like it's not worth the effort, from what I've heard. Yeah. Mm.
Yes. What else we have? There must be a main person. Okay. Do you have? You can also click on the comments on your side, I guess. No,
Can I?
maybe chat. I guess you will also do. Guru guys, Asian dating coaches in Las Vegas.
Oh wow! Look at the
Who is
channel. It's like, oh yes,
these
there's a
guys?
bunch
Know
of.
an Asian dating coach based in Las Vegas. However, he travels international man to. I have no idea who is this guy. International mainly to around
Uh,
Asia.
he's talking about a guy. This particular guy, I think he left a comment on your channel not long ago, talking about your apartment.
Ah, this guy. Yeah, I actually I told him to let's do debate, and I
Mm.
do not understand why he is like he's like against me or something. First time I just don't understand like wow, he has some issues. I say okay, if you have some issues, let's do debate, and then he said like oh I gave up. I already you win, I lose. He don't I told Game Global guy to arrange the debate. He don't want to do debate with me. If you have some issue, let's talk man to man. Why not?
Mm.
Running like a pussy, writing from
Well,
behind. And I told him like with some people you should never like initiate kind of why you. I'm doing my own stuff. He's doing his own stuff. Why you want to what we say? Poking your finger in a hornet nest.
yeah, that's a in a way it's good because it gets you to get to the bottom of who's right. That's the way I see it. I just want to know who's right. I think the audience wants the beef because they want to know who's right. They don't want to spend all their time learning NLP. They just want to know what's right or what works.
Yeah.
You see, the audience, that's why they like the drama. It's because they want to know what works. It's as simple as that. They don't really care about the personalities. What works? Beef it out. Let's see some drama, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
they can. Yeah, I mean, I can post my. We are working. This is. I can post my like. They can just check my receipts. I am posting this link. Yeah, they can check it. Um, so like who is right and who is wrong, and I'm this business since long, very long time, and you can also see like I mean the thing is like I have gone past these things. Like I don't know why the people still like want to have you know I have the big beef came in 2015-16 to me at that time with these British guys, and I've gone past, survived. I have like beef with some other
Yeah.
this Miami dating coach. We are in good terms right now. And in 2017 around, we are in very good terms. That survived, and a lot of like things happened. I don't know why they still want to come. One of the reason, I think one of the reason is some Westerners do not able to digest the fact that like how this it is not about my skills, it's about how this Indian guy is doing it.
And he's a minority too,
Yeah,
technically. Um,
but he's almost like a
there's
US
also there's
born.
also yeah, yeah. There's also, I would say, one of the biggest factors that you need to repeat yourself is the current crop, the audience, they haven't been here all this time. So everything that has happened, they just don't know. They're
Yeah,
new,
they don't know.
they're fresh. And so they don't know anything about who's been here. They don't know who's been around for a long time. I guarantee you all the coaches do. All the coaches know who's been around, but the audience doesn't know anything. They're still falling for the same tricks they were falling for years ago. Fake infields, fake ideas.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
the same game still happening in 2026 because it's a new bunch of suckers.
yeah. There's a one question. Deepak, do you know dating coach who claims to be number one in India? He has. I don't know. They're like some talking about like I'm an Indian. I mean, the thing is, I am the the game is the West. This like in the West, the game is so complex and like so much. I just not able to get time to focus on Indian. I did made my Hindi Instagram channel what was quite successful, but I'm not able to get time to make YouTube videos and like engaging with the Indian dating market too deeply, because that require a complete new business process. And it is right now it is like I don't able to get time to do focus on that. So there's a one question: if I was you guys divorcee old, I mean, like, listen, the thing is, like, we both have lot of
Mm,
experience. So a guy, like for example, a 20-year-old guy dating coach who is 20 with wrist field meta glasses, he cannot coach a 40-year-old guy. But Dave and me both, we have so much experience, so we can also coach a 20-year-old guy really good game, and also a 40, 45-year-old guy really good game. So people have to look the experience, the more longer the person who as a coach who is in the game, more he has coached the students, more he has experience by himself also. Don't just oh, I see some 10 seconds of meta glasses wrist field and this guy is better. uh, they have the advantage of youthfulness. 20-year-old me, 20-year-old was way different than me, 47, and you also the same.
man. Yeah, like just as an example, at 20 years old, my opener in the club was she looked at me. I was jacked with a six pack, and I just walk over and say, "Want to go for a walk?" And she goes, "Yes." And then I take her home. That was literally my opener at 20 years old, 18, 19, 20, because I didn't need game. I just opened with, "Hey, I got a six pack. Come on, to come for a walk." Um, it was literally that easy. Longevity is the real key here. If you've been around and it still works, that's the key. You see, that's evidence.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, that's how it is. And um, uh, there are some guys who are like so disingenuous, like they are making the game so complicated. Oh, like the sexual authority and all, but in reality they are just going for low level girls, and then going for, like, getting the results from the looks and, like, you know the
Mm.
stereotype, and then telling that complex thing. And but some are like that. That's how it is.
Yeah. So you've broken the stereotype by getting yourself a blonde European girl.
I
That's
think yeah,
evidence
I have
right there.
I have shown you in WhatsApp. Yeah, I one time.
Yeah. So your current girlfriend's a blonde European girl.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah,
you've
yeah,
basically broken the third wall with game. You're older. It's like there's the infields, then there's the receipts.
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
evidence.
yeah, yeah.
So, and I've seen. I didn't know that you didn't release it publicly. I don't. Sorry,
I no, I didn't release this
but
thing
I've seen.
publicly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen the
yeah,
girlfriend, and she's a
yeah,
blonde European girl.
yeah.
Um,
And I'm not saying like these guys cannot get these kind of girls. I'm not saying that. But
no.
again, like, the circumstances play the role. Like,
Mm.
if USA win the battle, okay, I understand. But if Iran wins the battle, underdog, then we have respect for Iran, man.
Then Iran knows something. It's not all
Yeah,
marketing and
yeah,
tweet.
yeah. Iran is
Yeah.
going against Israel, USA, and all together. So if Iran comes winner, then there
Mm.
is some more than just, like, like, that's the skills. you know so that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, people need to understand, just recept are also not give you a real idea if this coach has game or not game. There can
Mm.
be many factors involved in getting these
Yeah.
receipts. you know so
Yeah.
there's a one guy, like, for example, he is 6'4", guy from
I thought we
USA.
weren't going to do this.
No, no. So he is going to like South America, and
Mm.
and so the receipts, like how you getting it, that's also play a big role in these things.
Yeah, it's like a holistic thing, isn't it? And often when people are watching the marketing online, it's hard for them to discern. It really is. They have to. It is hard for them to discern. Like I can empathize with that. It's hard for them to tell what works and what doesn't, and often common sense doesn't play a part when you buy into the marketing. Mm. But there's two comments here.
Yeah.
Uh, Cambodia. So
Let me.
Cambodia, 14 million people. They had a genocide about 50 years ago. There's
Oh.
a lot of girls there. They don't eat many carbs. So Cambodian girls with very little carbs have some of like the best bodies. Amazing.
Oh.
But Cambodia is very dangerous. They hate foreigners.
Oh, really?
It's not a good place to go. People get run over all the time. Uh, so, like, and don't get me wrong, like, I met some amazing girls there. And how does Taipei compare to the mainland? I would say the look, the the Taipei, there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of money. The girls are put together really well. It's almost the same without the diversity as, say, Shanghai. So I've gamed in Shanghai and Guangzhou. I would say Shanghai and Guangzhou, as a foreigner, being like just outside of the box, I'm different. It just gets me in. It's just a lot easier, I would say, in Shanghai, Guangzhou. I've actually got a client that just moved to Hong Kong and he's loving it. And
Mm.
a wing that I recently met, he went to Hong Kong and he was just messaging me the best. Uh, there's a place called Mongkok Market, Tim Chow Sui area, and he's day gaming there, and he was just cleaning up. He was loving it. Uh, but look, Hong Kong's expensive. I wouldn't recommend it. I would still stick to the Golden Triangle, which is Vietnam, Japan, and Taiwan. If you can get a longer
Hmm.
visa in China, you go to Shanghai, man, some of the hottest
Shanghai.
girls. Oh, there's 25 million people. There's literally a million hot girls in Shanghai. It is
Uh-huh.
amazing.
So how
Guangzhou.
it is like? So if you go there in Shanghai, like, so how is your game strategy? You go there, you talk, you go instant date, and then meet, pull them home, or like take the number and then go for date, or how it is? How quick is the approach to taking her girl home?
So I think China's going to be the next superpower. There's no feminism, so you can
Uh-huh.
approach girls. I approached a legit like 9 or 10 in front of the
Mm.
police, and the
Mm.
police didn't care.
Didn't
You
care. Okay.
see, and she turned around because I was a foreigner and wanted a photo with me because
Ah, okay.
I was like an alien to her.
Uh-huh.
So approaching in China is a piece of cake. China's safe, China's rich, China's happy. There's unbelievable amount of food. They're educated. Day game is amazing in China. You're not going to be scammed. They look after foreigners in China. It's a
Mm.
male-dominated society. You're not going to be done with. They're not going to drug you. You're not going to be done with any. Uh, they're not going to arrest you and extort you because they're the wealthy ones. You got to
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, for sure.
They're the rich ones.
So
And
you
mm,
approach, and like you approach, you go for number, then date, or you can pull direct from the street, and how it like works, like how are like odds, chances, how you
they're
play the game?
pulling directly isn't really that. It doesn't work that well in China.
Okay. Hmm.
But taking girls home is really a piece of cake.
From the first date.
Yeah. Yeah, first day pull, no problem. Uh Another thing is if you're a foreigner and you dress well and you go into the nightclubs, those nightclubs are full of the 1%. They're full of the richest Chinese men and they want to get a foreigner drunk. And so I would go clubbing and uh, the local Chinese, like the richest, possibly like some of the richest men in the world,
Okay.
would invite me over for drinks, and then they would literally be like, "See all these girls?" And I'm like, "Are they like? Do you pay for them?" They're like, "No, no, they're friends." I was like, "Serious?" And they just hang around, and I can just and the girls will literally just they're very very feminine and very compliant. If they're hanging out with a rich guy, they literally just say yes and follow the rich
Hmm.
guys. Um, so you can make connections in China too, really easy. Um, when I was in Hong Kong, like 10 a.m., I wake up, I look at my phone, it's just want to come for breakfast, come for breakfast, and you tap into the 1% easy, which means that you're in a social circle full of some of the richest, most beautiful girls as well. So China's
Hmm.
number one by far, and after World War III, I think China will win. China's the next America. That's my opinion. So,
Can be. Yeah,
mm,
they are going very fast. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We have only two hours, man. 2 hours we did
Ah,
long.
yeah. Maybe
So
wrap it up. It's
yeah,
been a
let's
long one,
wrap up.
hasn't it?
And yeah, it's quite interesting. Also, good. It went well. And yeah. So anything you want to say? I
Not
Yeah.
really. Not really. Good stream. Thanks for hanging around.
Yeah. So
Mm,
because it is streaming on the both sides, so yeah, I mean, I will say, like, you can, for your audience, like, you can check my channel, like Deepak and team. I have product dating in fields domination, where I have my infields as well as my students infield, complete uncut, everything I'm showing, approach, date, what happens, like long interactions. Uh, it can take, like, uncut winfield, like 2-3 hours, something like that. And yeah, so
mm.
good stuff, like very
And
long, we
you've got
both are very long in game. Yeah. What?
and your next boot camps will start up or immersions in June next year.
Next year in June, May, June, around. I am always like, right now I don't do, but if there is a inquiry for emergency boot camp, then I can, consider it. But normally I'm doing only in the summertime. So
Cool. And
yeah.
I'm in Asia, so if anyone's in Asia all year round,
Yeah.
um, look, I decline more offers that I take, but because I'm just living this life and I'm getting old, I just want to enjoy gaming, and so I take clients. That's why I've done a big immersion in Japan. I always wanted to do that in Japan, um, but yeah, that's basically how I do it. And
You're doing immersion in Japan, so you're doing some kind of like coaching immersion.
yeah. That's why. Yeah, so uh, it was just one client for around 3 weeks, and so 11 lays in about 21 something days, something
Oh,
like.
that's good. Hmm.
Yeah, but we're out on the street gaming all the time. Hit the 7-Eleven, grab a coffee, grab a matcha, grab some
Ah,
sushi.
nice.
Approaching
So
girls
enjoying the
everywhere.
life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what this is about. It really is. Look, down. Oh, we're back.
Your what your break? I couldn't listen what you said. The last.
Yeah, the stream went down a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. Maybe they're also
Yeah,
getting tired. So, okay.
yeah.
So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the stream. We will come back again with good stream in future. Take care and bye.
See you
I'm
guys.
ending the stream.